Hello everyone, welcome to Dragacorn Games. My name is Lucas, and today I'm introducing myself. Most of you probably have never seen my earliest streaming videos from just 4 months ago, so you don't know the face behind the voice. Well, this is my face. First off, I want to apologize for the potato quality of my face cam. I'm still using the little pinhole camera on my laptop, so hopefully in the future I will have a better camera. But I also wanted to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, liked my videos, left all sorts of comments. Some are hilarious, some are really heartfelt and encouraging. Thank you to all of you. I really appreciate you. And thank you also to everybody who participated in the polls. All those questions that I've asked the answers have really helped me. So thank you for that. So I'm gonna start off with some information about myself and my family. My name is Lucas, obviously. If you've watched any of my videos, you've definitely heard that because I say it in every video. One question that was asked by Bad Girl Darky is my age. And I'm 39 years old. So I'm getting kind of a late start in YouTube, but I feel like it's never too late to start. I am married. I have been married for almost 17 years now, and I have 2 kids. I have a son in middle school, and I have a daughter in elementary school, and my wife works as a school social worker. So when I've mentioned that I have a kid that goes to one school, a kid that goes to another, and a wife who works at a third school, and they bring all the illnesses home, that's true. I was born in the Phoenix metro area, and I lived there all the way until about 1.5 years ago when my family and we moved here to the Denver metro area. So a few of my hobbies are I love playing video games. I think that one's pretty obvious. I love playing board games. I do spend as much time as I can with my family, and we do those things, playing board games, playing video games. We like to watch TV shows and movies, kind of like, normal stuff. Another question that came from Bad Girl Darky was, what is my favorite animal? And this is probably not a common favorite animal, but my favorite animal is the cuttlefish. So if you've never heard of a cuttlefish, it's sort of like a little squid-like thing. They can kind of sort of shapeshift a little bit, not as much as like a squid or an octopus. They can change their like skin texture and color to camouflage. They have ink, they have all that kind of stuff. My daughter crochets, and she actually made me this little cuttlefish out of, yarn crocheting. And there's a little lobster, like baby lobster friend on there, and she wanted me to show that because I got the question about my favorite animal. Another thing I wanted to show you is most of you were probably here at my channel because you saw my subliminal darts video. Well, I have one of those darts. So my son, I think I mentioned this in the video, my son has a bunch of Nerf stuff, and he has these elite darts. And my wife found one down here in the basement, which is where my office is, and she gave it to me, and she's like, hey, just like in celebration of the your viral video that helped get your channel big. So but yeah, thank you to all of you who liked and subscribed because of that video. Really appreciate it. One other little piece of information about me, my favorite color is blue. Another question that I got from multiple people, it's your boy LOL, Slayer, Quinn Aaron 4039, and Bad Girl Darky, is why did I start my channel? So that's kind of a complicated thing. There's a lot of reasons why I ended up starting my channel. Before I started doing YouTube, I actually owned an eBay reselling business. I started it nearly 4 years ago, went out to some yard sales, picked up stuff that I could flip for a profit, and I turned it into a business, ended up working myself out of a job and into just running my own business. And I did that successfully for a few years and eventually found a niche in golf clubs. So I would go around and I would buy golf clubs at like estate sales and yard sales and stuff like that, and flip them for a profit. Well, unfortunately, with the downturn of the economy that I know we're all feeling and experiencing, people weren't buying golf clubs as much, and my sales started tanking, especially in the last like 6-8 months. And it just got to a point where I felt like it was no longer feasible for me to continue doing that. And so I decided to start a YouTube channel. I knew it was something that was going to have to build up for a while, and luckily my wife makes enough money that we can get by. We don't really have a lot of like extra money to spend on stuff, but we at least get by, especially with a little bit of money coming in from YouTube now, and I am selling off my golf clubs on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. So a few other reasons why I chose to start a YouTube channel is that I have always been a gamer. Like I have been gaming since I was 2.5, 3 years old. And again, like I said, I'm 39. That's a lot of years of gaming. So I've been doing it for a very long time. I'm not necessarily good at it, but I love it. Starting a YouTube channel is something I've actually wanted to do for a very long time. I just never felt it was the right time to pull the trigger until recently. So I've actually been watching YouTube pretty heavily for about the last decade, maybe a little bit more. Back when my son was very, very young, I was a stay-at-home dad with him and I was doing online school, but doing online school and dealing with a child who basically had colic, meaning that he cried a lot and a lot and a lot, was very hard for me, very emotionally draining. And I found a lot of like comfort in watching, especially like Let's Plays and funny moments and things like that on YouTube. And it was just really helpful during those hard emotional times. And for a long time, I have wanted to create a channel and create content that could also help people through hard emotional times, even if it's silly, stupid, asinine shit that is just making them laugh, you know, or giggle a little bit. And I just really want to create a comfortable, safe, funny space for people to be themselves. I do my very best to be myself and not put on any kind of mask or fake character or anything when I play my games. Like, if you've watched my videos, you know I have no filter. Like I let it go. Like, I just let myself be myself, if you will. And that's kind of what I want out of creating this channel. Part of it too is like a creative outlet for me. Like, I'm a very logical but very creative person. So making funny videos and like doing the editing and stuff like that is a way that I am able to be creative and have that creative outlet. A couple other things that I am doing kind of on the side, not at the moment, but I intend to, is actually design my own video games. Like I've learned Unity and I've made some little stuff. I entered a game into a game jam once and definitely didn't win, but I do like making video games and I like making board games as well. So like I have some creative outlets, but those ones are a lot tougher to like really get your stuff out there. With YouTube videos, I can record something funny, edit it, hopefully be even funnier, and then just put it out there. Another question that I have got, not in one of the polls, but just in kind of random comments, and I've seen it a few times, is people are wondering the history behind my channel name and my logo. So Dragacorn Games, I actually originally created that to be my board game company, my board game design company. And I took my kids' favorite mythical creatures. My daughter's favorite mythical creature is a unicorn, and my son's favorite mythical creature is a dragon, and I put those together and I got Dragacorn. And so I created the logo that you see is one that I created for my board game design company. And so I just decided to transfer it onto here in case I decide to make video games and link them with my channel. I can just have this whole sphere of Dragacorn Games, whether it's video games, board games, videos, whatever. Okay, so now I want to talk about the future of my channel. I had a really, really good question from Jambala7law7, who was basically asking about my work-life balance. Work-life balance is something that I had been trying to work on ever since I started doing YouTube. Since my eBay business went under, I was switching into this full-time, honestly, probably double time. I was really doing about 80 hours a week, trying to get as much content out there as I could, really trying to build up the channel as much as I could, trying to turn it into a job, to make it like an actual job that could pay me money. I was doing a really, really shitty job. You can ask my wife, you can ask my kids. I was doing a terrible job at work-life balance. I was really, really failing in that regard. I was doing my best to try to figure things out. And I don't know why, but when Jambala posed that question to me, it's weird. It triggered something in me to like think more deeply about it, to really, really be self-reflective and introspective. And I have decided to change a decent amount about how I'm doing the videos on my channel. Just so you know, my very first live stream that I did for this channel was October 20th of 2025, and then I think 2 days later on the 22nd is when I put up the VOD, basically just trimmed off the intro and outro of my stream and threw it up as a video. So I've only been doing this for about 4 months, but for the past 4 months, really, I have hardly seen my family. I have been working from like 8:30 in the morning till like 8:30 to 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, not seeing him in the evenings, not seeing him on the weekends, other than, you know, a few little things. I had Thanksgiving off, I had Christmas off, and I had my wife's birthday off. And that was literally the only time that I took time to see my family, because I was just so invested in trying to build this channel. And that was not healthy. It was really stressing me out not to see my family. I love my family very much. I was not sleeping enough, and I was really starting to feel burned out. I was doing my best to not, but I was really starting to feel it. I was feeling exhausted, feeling worn out. And when I read that question, I was like, I really need to figure this shit out because I am not doing it well. So what I have decided to do is to shorten the average length of my videos. I am going to be trying to aim for every video to be between 25 and 35 minutes. And I'm going to be bumping it back up to 5 days a week because I feel like it is still a lot less work than when I've been putting up some hour and a half, 2 hour videos for a single video for a day. That was just way too much work. But if I can take, for example, an hour and a half game, like an hour and a half video, and break it into 3 30-minute videos roughly, and get 3 days of content out of that, it really actually frees up my schedule more. So breaking longer videos down into 25 to 35-minute videos makes it a lot easier for my schedule for me to be able to maintain work-life balance. This whole last week, I have been starting work at around 8:30 in the morning and being done around 6:30. So I'm getting about 10 hours in a day, 5 days a week, but it'll help me maintain quality. I'm not feeling like I need to rush through playing the game. I'm not rushing through editing the video. And I feel like it's gonna just result in a lot better quality videos for you. It reduces the amount of stress that I feel during the entire process of making these videos. And it helps me not be stressed and worrying about how long I'm spending playing a game, and it allows me to really experience the game better. It also creates a lower barrier to entry for new people coming in and checking out my channel. I mean, I would be intimidated checking out a new channel if I saw most of the videos are an hour to 2 hours long. I don't know if I want to invest that much time in checking out a new content creator, but 25 to 35 minutes, that's really easy. It's going to be easier for all of you to watch the daily videos. For me personally, I watch YouTube most of the time while I'm having a meal. And so I'll spend, 10, 15, 20 minutes sitting down, eating something, watching a YouTube video. And if I have like a 25-minute, 30-minute video to watch, it's much easier for me to think like, oh, I'll watch this, I'll start it during breakfast and I'll finish it during lunch or something like that. But if I see a 2-hour video, it's like, okay, that's a time commitment. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that video. So I think shortening the videos will make it easier for new people to check out the channel, as well as my regular viewers to actually watch all my videos during the week. I know that I am not the only YouTuber that you're watching, so shorter videos will help you be able to watch my content easier while you're also still watching other people's content. I am still trying to put out 3 short form videos for every long form video. Hopefully there'll be enough content in the shorter videos to get those. There may be 1 or 2 shorts sometimes, but I should be able to get 3 videos most of the time. Another change that I'm trying is posting my videos a little bit earlier. In the past, I've been posting them at about 12 o'clock noon local time here in Denver, and I'm trying out 9 a.m. local time here in Denver now because according to the poll, there are actually more people than I thought trying to check out my videos a little bit earlier. So I'm gonna see how that works. That is subject to change depending on how the analytics plays out, but I'm giving it a try. Another question that I had was about the future of the games and genres that I intend to play from Talon Whitman 7858. I plan to stay mostly within the horror genre, especially the indie horror genre. I love all those games and I love the response that I have been getting to them. I will also be trying out some more of those like funny troll games, think like Fever Meme, Stanley Parable, stuff like that. I have a whole list of those kinds of games that I want to try out that I think will be a lot of fun. And I'm definitely dropping the like simulator games and like satisfying games like Leaf Blower Co. and stuff like that. They just don't get a very good response. I don't think you guys like it very much. So I'm gonna stick with funny games and mostly horror games. Something that I'm adding to the channel is going to be monthly live streams. So starting around the end of March, I want to stream for a few hours. That way I get more of an opportunity to interact more directly with you guys. I'll be playing some sort of like casual horror-y kind of game. I need to figure that out. I'm thinking maybe like Blueprints or something similar to that where it's not like time-based. Don't have to rush through as much and I can really focus more on interacting with you guys and kind of having the game be the background, but more information will come out about that later. Next, I would like to talk about memberships. I am starting memberships on my channel and I have 6 tiers created. The first tier is called Sparkle or Baby Unicorn. It is $4.99 and it really is the one that includes all of the benefits. So like with every channel, you have to have loyalty badges. So I've made some custom badges. And real quick, I just wanted to show on screen the different loyalty badges. We've got a new member, 1 month, 2 month, 6 month, and 1 year badges so far. And once I get past that, I can obviously make more. But I just wanted to give you a chance to see those on the screen there. You have to have emojis, and as I made some custom emojis. I'm starting off with 4 emojis. That's all I get until I have at least, I believe, 2 members. And so I want to pop those up on the screen. I have the Dragacorn Fire, Dragacorn Love, Dragacorn Not, and Dragacorn Calm. And I want to explain these real quick. So the fire is just my logo breathing out fire. The love is my logo in a heart. The Not is referring to TNAHG, which is totally not a horror game. I feel like I say that a lot in some of my horror games where I'm like, this is totally not a horror game. And I'm kind of making it like a little bit of a theme for my channel, if you will. And then I have the Dragacorn Calm, which is Calm Down Satan. I thought that was pretty funny because I kind of use that background in a lot of my videos when I'm being a little overly aggressive or angry or something like that. And I find it funny. And so when I'm doing that kind of stuff in games, you can comment and be like, calm down, Satan. This will also include early access to new videos. And I am going to do my very best to get them out to members 3 days in advance before the general public gets to see them. They'll give you access to members only polls that will be more important polls that have to do with kind of the operation or different choices I have to make with the channel versus like things with specific games like the inscription stuff. It'll also get you priority reply to comments. So whenever I go into the comment section, I will first search by any members who have left comments, and then I'll answer every single one of those. Also, it will give a 10% discount on all merchandise. Now, I don't have merchandise yet. It is something that I am going to be working on in the near future, like literally within the next few weeks, is when I plan to get some basic stuff in there, maybe a t-shirt, a hat, a mug, something like that, just with channel logoing, things like that. Probably will be a member poll to ask about what kind of things I should do with that. The second tier is the Whelp or the Baby Dragon. And it is just extra support. It is $9.99 and it includes obviously all of the previous perks. And it is just for anybody who wants to reward me for my work with just a little bit of extra money. Same goes for the next 2 levels, the Unicorn $24.99 and Dragon at $49.99. All of it is just extra support. I really wanted to put like all of the real perks in the lowest one. I'm not trying to be greedy. I just wanted to give an opportunity for people to give me a little bit more of a tip, basically. You know, if you really enjoy my content, you know, if you wanted to support more than the $4.99 level, they're just there available for that. The next level is Dragacorn at $99.99 per month. It also is extra support and includes all of the previous perks. It does have one extra benefit. It is member shoutouts. So anybody that is a member at that level will get a shout out at every live stream that I do. So that'll be once a month at least. And the last level is the mythical Dragacorn at, I just went with the highest that YouTube had just because I can. It's $499.99, which is just kind of funny to me. I highly doubt that almost anybody will subscribe at a membership higher than the basic level, but I just wanted to have options for anybody who potentially wanted to. The extra benefit in that is that if you are subscribed at the $499.99 mythical Dragacorn tier, you will get your name in the description of every single long form and short form video that I put out during the duration of your membership. So if you really want to see your name in every single description and you really want to reward me with a bunch of money, that is available. But I know that anybody who subscribes as a member will almost certainly be at the $4.99 level, which is why I put all of the actual like benefits, the perks in there. I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just trying to to allow for whatever you may want to donate to me, basically. I will in the future, the near future, be setting up a Patreon with all of the same benefits, same amount, all that kind of stuff. It'll all be the same across the board. But I do want to say to anybody who's considering signing up as a member, please do not give me any money if it will harm you financially. Like, yes, I could absolutely use the money because I I'm trying to make a job out of this, but please do not do anything to financially harm yourself. It is not worth it. Take care of yourself before you take care of anybody else, myself included. I do also want to point out that I have a Streamlabs link in the description of the channel and this video. If you feel like leaving me just kind of a one-time tip, feel free to do that. But again, please do not cut yourself short on anything. These are not expected memberships or donations, anything not expected, but very much appreciated. Just take care of yourself first. And another question that I had from Bad Girl Darky is about a community Discord. So I know that community Discords are a very common thing for YouTube channels, but I know they also require a lot of moderation. And I am not in a position right now to take on the moderation of a Discord channel. Maybe in the future, especially if I could pay for somebody to moderate it. But at this point, I have no immediate plans for opening up any kind of community Discord. And lastly, as far as the questions about the channel goes, Slayer Quinaren 4039 asked about community standards. And for the most part, I really just want this channel to be a safe space free of like bigotry and harassment. And bigotry is like sexism, ageism, racism, homophobia, transphobia, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to see any of that shit in my channel. So no slurs, no N-word, no F-word. And by that, I mean not fuck. Like, that's a totally fine word. I'm fine with that. I know that YouTube will flag that and then I have to approve the comments. Totally fine. But the other F-word, none of that. Don't use the R-word, that kind of stuff. And if you're not sure if it's something that you should be typing or posting or saying or whatever, just don't. Like, just play it safe and don't. In most cases, if it's not used like to be like intentionally harmful, I'll usually warn somebody, but if it's meant to be intentionally harmful to somebody, like, I'm just gonna ban you. And I don't wanna have to do that. So let's just keep it like a nice, friendly space. We can use swear words, like that's fine. I'm not gonna like censor that kind of stuff, but I will censor like the harmful, hurtful stuff, if you know what I'm saying. And so now I'm gonna finish up with a little bit of an office and setup tour with a video that I took on my phone. And here we are looking at DaVinci Resolve that I edit on. Here is my desk. It's kind of a very simple setup. It's actually just a folding table, a 6-foot folding table that I use. Got my secondary monitor where I have all my funny little GIFs and sounds and stuff. And there's the little cuttlefish that my daughter crocheted for me. I've got my mic over here on kind of like a boom stand. I actually used it from one of my light stands when I had my eBay business, and I just swing it around in front of me. And this is kind of what I have to look at when I'm playing games. Don't mind the trash, sorry about that. And then I have all these blankets on the walls in here to try to keep the echoing down. And so there's the lights that I used when I actually filmed the video. I only really use those when I'm doing face cam. But yeah, this is my very simple setup. I don't have a whole lot in terms of equipment. It's just simple and I do the best I can with it. All right, so that will do it for my introduction video. I hope that you all know the me behind the channel a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.